Hi, I'm Dr. Christina Conolly, and welcome again to our MCPS video series, Waymaking. Our goal is to help families make their way through many of the emotional challenges that we are faced with today. I have with me today Ms. Robyn Rosenbauer, who is a licensed counselor and therapist with the MCPS Employee Assistance Program there. She's here today to talk about some of the resources that are available for our MCPS employees. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Christina.
Oh, absolutely. And so my first question is, so what does your department do and what services do you provide for MCPS staff members?
So the Employee Assistance Program provides no-cost counseling and referrals to all MCPS employees and also to their immediate family members. So we typically, have people come to us for a wide variety of issues and concerns. Right now, amidst COVID-19, we're hearing from a lot of our staff that are really dealing with anxiety, some with depression. Many are balancing working from home while managing their own children and their children's learning, I should say, along with other family responsibilities. And still others have family members who are essential workers. And so you can imagine how very worried they are for those family members. Some are experiencing some severe financial hardship. They may have family members who have lost jobs or have lost income. So along with that, I think it's important to mention that we also have individuals who are experiencing intimate partner violence right now. And there's been an increase in those struggling with drug and alcohol problems. So with all the isolation that's very necessary right now, it certainly can exacerbate those types of problems. So in terms of the counseling, I think it's important that people know that our services are confidential. As you mentioned, Christina, we're licensed counselors, and therefore we hold all communication confidential as required by law. The only exceptions are when we have instances where we need to report child abuse or danger to self or other. Right now, we're really doing our best to be accommodating. We're offering the counseling either through the telephone, just the good old-fashioned phone, or through video conferencing on platforms such as Zoom. We really will go out of our way to figure out something that works for our families and for our staff. In addition to the counseling that we offer, we have some other services that we provide as well. We do trainings for different offices and schools. We also, in addition to the trainings, offer supervisor consultations. Many of our managers and our supervisors are really dealing with some very difficult and challenging situations right now. And finally, I want to mention that when there is a crisis, and of course we're in a crisis right now, but when there's a crisis that impacts a school, an office, or a depot, we are there to support our employees. And we know that we have a very dedicated employee population and that they do their best to be there for students every day. So we also want to be there for them as well.
Great, and we're really thankful for the services that your group provides for this. So then how can employees access some of the resources that you have?
Sure. So there are two ways to access EAP services. We're fortunate enough to have both an in-house EAP, which means that the counselors are also MCPS employees. I happen to be one of them. We also have an external EAP through our partner, Kipro. So in order to access the in-house EAP counselors, all you need to do is call us, and I believe the number will be posted. And in addition to that, feel free to reach out to us via email directly. We really strive to get back to people within one day. And of course, if it's an urgent situation, we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. With our external partner, Kipro, you would just reach out to their call center. There's an 866 number, and they will connect you with an EAP counselor.
Thank you. Now, so some people may be wondering, so we know what services you provide, that's how you get in touch, but when should they make that call to go and seek out help?
So I think that's a great question, Christina. And I would say that no matter how big or small the problem is, um, it's always a fine time to reach out. Don't wait until things get overwhelming or things get hard. Know that we are there if you just want to talk to a counselor, or if you just sometimes need information or resources. We're happy to be there in that capacity as well.
Right, thank you. And so for my last question is, so do you have any feedback or suggestions to help families, all of our families in MCPS, during this crisis?
So I would say the biggest suggestion I have is to please remember that you're not alone and that it's okay to ask for help. This is such a challenging time right now for our parents, for our caregivers, and for our students, for our children. Be forgiving of yourself and of your family members. Along with that, I can offer a couple specific strategies to cope. One of them has to do with establishing some type of schedule or a calendar. I know I'm a visual person, so if you can make that into a visual calendar, that's great that your family can follow. You can include learning time on the calendar, family time, me time. If your children are small, you can include bedtime or mealtime. In addition, I would say talk about feelings and validate them. If your children express to you that they're feeling sad, that they miss school, they miss their friends, it's okay to let them know if you're experiencing the same feelings. Let them know that you understand and that it's natural to feel this way right now. And then, of course, you want to do your best to reassure them and remind them, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves that this will not last, right? The quarantine will not last forever. The third and final recommendation I have is to spend time outside and get physical activity. I know for some of our families, and I've heard from them, this in itself can be anxiety producing. Some of our families live in densely populated areas. They may have elevators to navigate or staircases. So figure out, what works best for your family. It may mean getting outside a few times a week or, if possible, every day. The important thing is to take care of yourself. Do something that you enjoy, that brings you some relief every day, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. I'd say the most challenging last tip I have is to work on getting some regular sleep right now. I know for myself, this indeed has been challenging. If you do improve your sleep, your anxiety automatically improves along with it. And so some basic tips for improving sleep is limiting screen time, being mindful of your alcohol use, your caffeine use, especially in the evenings, and remembering that if you do need to talk to someone, if you want to come up with a specific plan for yourself or for your family, please feel free to contact us at any time.
Right. And thank you, Robyn, for those tips. They are definitely ones that can help all of our families throughout Montgomery County manage this crisis. So thank you again. And so, and again, I want to thank Robyn for your time to being with us today. And we want to thank our viewers for joining us for Waymaking. To send us additional questions and topics to discuss on the show, please visit the link on your screen and also visit our YouTube playlist for additional videos that are available. And please join us next time on MCPS Waymaking.